Imagine that you are a detective who has just been handed a 200-page case file. Hundreds of suspects, alibis, timestamps, and conflicting witness statements. You have 5 seconds to find the key facts and the hidden connections. That's what a transformer does every time it reads, listens, or looks at something. Whether it's summarizing a legal contract, translating a novel, or answering your question instantly. Today, we are going inside a transformer, step by step, to see how it turns raw information into insight faster than anything before it. We'll take the running example statement. Our flight landed 2 hours late in Boston after being diverted to New York for refueling. The crew was professional and apologetic, but the in-flight meals were bland and the entertainment system was glitchy. Words mean nothing to a computer until they are turned into numbers. Not random numbers, coordinates in a high-dimensional meaning space. Imagine a simple chart, one axis for gender, another for age. A 5-year-old boy might be male 5. A 35-year-old woman might be female 35. Now imagine 300 axes like this: tone, topic, formality, emotional charge, and so on. Every word in our sentence becomes a precise vector. Let's take a geographical example. Boston might be close to New York and Chicago in geography, but far from lasagna, unless context brings Boston pizza into play. If I say dog bites man versus man bites dog, the same words mean different things. We know that as human beings. Older models like RNNs read words in strict order, but transformers read them all at once, much faster. But that loses order unless we add it back. Positional encoding tags each word with its position in the sentence. In our review, 2 hours late happens before crew was professional. And the transformer must keep that sequence to understand cause and effect. This is the magic, self-attention. Think of it as a newsroom editor. Dozens of reporters send in facts. The editor decides which facts make headlines and which are background. In our review, 2 hours late links strongly to diverted to New York. Crew was professional, ties to apologetic, and meals were bland, connects to in flight. Every word checks every other word to see if it matters. Important links glow brighter. That's how the transformer decides what to focus on. One editor cannot track everything. Same way, transformers use multiple editors called heads. Each head looks for different patterns. One follows timelines. One tracks sentiment shifts. Another focuses on locations and entities, and so on. It's like having 3 or more sports commentators. One talks strategy, another follows stats, and third one describes the crowd. Put them together, you get the full picture. After attention comes thinking. Feed-forward networks take what the attention heads found and refine it, smoothing noise, sharpening patterns, and making sure it all fits together. It's like fact checkers polishing the final story before publication. Transformers repeat attention and feed forward layers many times. Each pass builds deeper understanding. Like detectives revisiting a scene with new clues, each visit reveals something they missed before. Finally, the model turns its understanding back into human readable output. In the text, it predicts one word at a time, each choice guided by everything it has seen so far. Ask our transformer, was the passenger happy? And it might say, mixed feelings, praise the crew but criticize the food and entertainment. Before transformers, CNNs were for images, RNNs and LSTMs for sequences, but they struggled with long dependencies and parallelism. Transformers fixed both, and they are now everywhere. Vision transformers for images, audio transformers for speech, biotransformers for proteins. Inside a transformer, you have got detectives, editors, and fact checkers working in harmony. But what happens when we scale them to billions of parameters and feed them oceans of data? That's where the biggest AI breakthroughs and debates are happening now. We will tie all of that together in the next and final episode of this series. And yes, I will share some great and mostly free resources which will be helpful for you in many ways to further this understanding into concrete learning and practice. So come back next time for the last episode of this series. And do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel Kaizen Smarter.